Okay, so we meet again and carrying on from lesson 2, and I hope that you have your instrument to hand. What are you playing? A bass, a string bass, or a guitar bass, or a marimba, a steel pan, or a concert flute, whatever. You can improvise on any instrument. And we have a nice class assembled all over the world for this lesson. So let's carry on. This is where we start getting into some practical work. And I hope that you know where on your particular instrument are the notes A, B flat, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and also the semitone note D sharp or E flat, whatever you prefer to call it. Okay. Now, I'm going to play a few phrases, and I want you to play them after me. In other words, I'll play a phrase and pause, and then you will copy it. And when you play it, I want to hear you singing it, okay? I want to hear you singing it as you play. Of course, if you are playing a wind instrument, you will have to sing wordlessly or mentally. But all others, I want to hear you scat sing, right? Use like do, doody, doot, doot, doody, doody, or whatever you prefer. And you know, I'm not quite sure if I should focus the camera on the fretboard chart, or if I should focus it on the fretboard myself. Maybe as we go along, sometimes I'll focus on the fretboard, sometimes I'll focus on the chart. But in any case, you need not be necessarily watching the chart or the fretboard. You should know where on your instrument are the notes that you're going for, right? I'm going to call them, and when I call them and you know what the notes are, that you can just play them. Right. Now, the first 3 notes that we are going to use will be D, E, and G. I'll play them, and then you play them. All right. Now, sometimes maybe what I'll do is I'll stretch a string. You know how to stretch? You know, if you're playing the guitar, you guitarists, you stretch a string and to do what you call bend it. Right? It's bending notes, you know, on a string instrument that makes the particular instrument give off that bluesy sound. Of course, this is only a bit of trivia, but when you bend a note on a string instrument, the note rises, whereas if you bend the note on a harmonica, the note lowers, right? But no big deal. Now, here we go. I'm going to play slowly, and I'm going to use rhythm changes, and or to use the word syncopation, and I'm going to repeat some of the notes sometimes, and in a little while add a chromatic note, right? So here we go. Let me see if I can turn the camera on the fretboard. Right? I think we have it there. Okay. So we are going with D, E, and G. I'm going to play it, and then I want you to play it, right? Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. going to add D sharp, right? That's going to come in here. So let's play now D, D sharp, E, and G. Right, here we go. Or here I go, and then you play. I played, you play. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, doing fine. Now, let's add A. Here we go with A. A would be here. So we're playing now. These are the notes that we have, that we're working with. We got D, D sharp or E flat if you rather that, E, G, and A. So let's work with these notes now. Do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do do do. Do 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 dee do dee do dee do 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 do. It's real fun, ain't it? Alright, we're going up with another note again. We're going to sing, we're going to put in B flat. Okay, so I haven't been remembering to stretch any notes. Let me stretch a note for you, look. Do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do do do, do do do, do do do. How are you going? I think we're doing fine. Okay. Time is winding down. So just let's finish this off with a bit more. Oh my. Okay, carrying on now immediately behind this one. So we meet again in a few moments. Okay? See, we meet again in a few moments' time. Over and out.